Have you ever thought about retiring?
Why?
Was there never a moment that you thought it might be time to retire, or you would want?
Why?
Now that you're wary of journalists, I mean, does it give you an insight into what they're after?
Now that I'm wary of them.
Yes, you are wary of journalists. You're wary of me. You're wary of the interview. You don't like being interviewed. You can see it in the way that you sit and the way you are.
What is that? What is that? You know? What is that? What is it? What is it?
Ever witnessed a celebrity interview spiral into pure awkwardness? From sassy dismissals to moments of outright silence, these off-script encounters reveal the less glamorous side of fame. During a press interview, Anne Hathaway gave journalist Shashti Flaw a noticeably frosty attitude.
So I was going to ask you to do the first question in singing. Can I sing it to you and you can sing back the answer?
Well, I won't be doing that, but you're more than welcome to sing.
Okay, I will try. So were there any awkward moments like this on the set? Because you had to sing and not talk?
What seemed like a harmless question got a cool, dismissive response from Anne, with her barely hiding her annoyance.
Do you feel that love was more passionate back then? Or people would sacrifice more for love than we do today?
No.
No?
No.
Do you remember your first crush?
No.
You don't? Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was nice meeting you.
But if Anne gave the cold shoulder, Ben Kingsley went full. I'm too important for this. Promoting Night at the Museum, Ben Kingsley was anything but charming to a reporter who tried to strike up a lighthearted chat.
Demolished about 4 croissants.
Oh, good.
Yeah, which is always a good way to start the morning. Well,
Very
any morning.
good. What was in the croissants?
Well, I had an almond croissant, and then I had a Danish pastry, and then I just had a chocolate muffin.
Oh, excellent. I thought there might be drugs in the muffins. I think there were, don't you? Definitely.
Instead of friendly banter, he gave cold, clipped replies that left the reporters scrambling.
When you're at home, you know, there's always lots of films on TV. If a film of yours ever comes on screen, do you sit down and watch it?
No, I don't. No. Next question.
Is that just because you don't really like watching your films, or is it?
No, I just have better things to do than sit in front of the television.
Quite
Sit
right.
back, otherwise we can't see you and you're out of focus. There you go.
Very much.
And speaking of feeling invisible, wait till you hear what Blake Lively did when a reporter tried to get her attention. During a promo interview, Blake Lively barely acknowledged journalist Shashti Flaw. When Flaw congratulated her on her pregnancy, Lively fired back with sarcasm that landed like a passive-aggressive grenade.
First of all, congrats on your little bump.
Congrats on your little bump. What about my bump?
She then proceeded to mostly ignore her. It felt less like an interview and more like being bullied in high school, but on camera.
Everyone wants to talk about the clothes, but I wonder if they would ask the men about the clothes.
I would.
I love Jesse's suits and how
that's what I'm saying. His wardrobe was beautiful.
I know.
Corey's
Everybody.
wardrobe with his tank top and
Oh,
bed.
it's so
Just
good.
it's just like
Did you
that.
catch
You could
the,
feel
the
it.
tablecloth on the light in the Italian restaurant when they eat spaghetti?
I didn't
and
notice that. No.
But there's so much warmth.
From passive-aggressive to full-on aggressive, Ed Harris decided words weren't enough, so he let the table feel his wrath. At a History of Violence press conference, Ed Harris made it clear he was not in the mood. Frustrated by a question, he slammed the table hard enough to make reporters jump.
Ed, you wanted to add anything?
Not particularly.
Yeah, you did do one. That's
I'd like
right.
that. No, because what is that? What is that? No? What is that? What is it? What is it? What is violence? What is it? You know, that's what the movie's about.
Ladies and gentlemen, on this note, thank you very much for being here.
If Ed Harris made his point with a bang, Ezra Miller made theirs with crystals and chaos. During a Fantastic Beasts interview, Ezra Miller turned a simple chat into a strange ride.
My Korean is so bad.
I'm sure she can teach you some.
Yeah, I'm getting
he's
pretty good. Mamokasa.
That's did you eat?
Yeah,
In Korean.
did you eat? But it's like how you say what's up. Did you eat?
You were speaking Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. What do you think I'm speaking?
I'm sorry.
The
I thought
gibberish
maybe-
that I usually speak
I thought
in
maybe it was
interviews?
some
That's
secret-
fair.
But maybe it was some
But
secret
that's not
magical
true.
thing.
That's a language. It's not gibberish. It's Korean.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I get it.
When the reporter asked about the crystals he gave to his castmates, Ezra responded like a mystical riddle wrapped in sass.
What was your other question?
No, it was about the crystal.
What?
No, yeah, the crystals. What do they represent? Are they like lucky charms?
What do crystals represent?
Yeah, now
What do
how?
you mean they're a part of the earth? What
Yeah, but
does
why-
the earth represent? What do you represent? We're in a sea of symbols. What does anything represent, babe? Have you figured it out? I'm really struggling. What do crystals represent?
Yeah, to you.
Oh, well, they're semiconductive.
But at least Ezra said things, unlike Hugh Grant, who turned small talk into a full-on protest. On the Oscars red carpet, Ashley Graham tried her best to warm up Hugh Grant, but he gave her absolutely nothing.
What are you most excited to see tonight?
To see?
Yeah, well, I know that you probably watched a few of the movies. Are you excited to see anybody win?
No one in particular.
So tell me, what does it feel like to be in Glass Onion? It was such an amazing film.
Well, I'm barely in it. I'm in it for about 3 seconds.
Yeah, but still, you showed up and you had fun, right?
Almost.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, thank you so much. It was nice to talk to you.
Yeah.
All right, back to you guys.
But if Hugh Grant was cold and clipped, Jennifer Lawrence came in hot with a public scolding. At the Golden Globes, Jennifer Lawrence called out a reporter mid-question for looking at his phone.
How do you see yourself for the Oscars
You can't live your
night?
whole life behind your phone, bro.
Huh?
You're just not gonna, we can't do that. You gotta live in the now.
Oh, sorry.
You know?
How do you see yourself for the Oscar night? And how was
We're at the
working-
Golden Globes. If you put your phone down, you'd know that.
But if you think that was harsh, wait till you meet Jerry Lewis and his now infamous anti-interview. In a 2016 interview, comedy legend Jerry Lewis answered every question with a blank stare or a grumpy one-liner.
Have you ever thought about retiring?
Why?
Was there never a moment that you thought it might be time to retire, or you would want?
Why?
The poor reporter kept trying, but Jerry clearly wasn't having it.
You've worked with a lot of people over the years. What do you have a favorite story about, like Dean or Frank Sinatra or somebody that you?
Nope.
Not at all.
None.
How about, do you have an unfavorite story you'd like?
Nope. Not for this.
So I guess we're finished.
Sure. Anything else you want to?
No.
So we're finished.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, clean it out of here.
While Jerry gave nothing, Joaquin Phoenix gave too much with a dose of sarcasm and chaos. At the 2020 Joker press conference, Joaquin Phoenix was asked what research he did for the role. Instead of a thoughtful answer, he mocked the question with deadpan sarcasm, leaving the room unsure whether to laugh or panic.
What you did to prepare for this, because this was really an intense performance, what was kind of the process of getting into that mindset?
Isn't this old news? Isn't this old news? Didn't I feel like I've talked about this for 6 months. What? I mean, right? I mean, I feel like I answer these questions. You wanted to get it? You want to hear a different version of it? I try and change it slightly, or what should I do?
If Joaquin played with sarcasm, John Cusack's awkward moment came from a case of mistaken identity. In a painfully awkward moment during an interview, a reporter mistook John Cusack for Kevin Spacey.
It's funny, I actually was just text messaging with a friend because I'm missing class right now.
You are?
And my film class. And it's so funny because they're watching American Beauty today and analyzing it.
American Beauty?
Mm-hmm.
What's funny about that?
You were in that.
No, I wasn't.
American Beauty?
Nope.
What's the one with the rose petals?
I'm not in that.
That's not you?
No.
Really?
No.
Really?
I swear to God.
Am I just very confused?
I think you are.
I think I am.
Speaking of iconic interviews gone sideways, few can match the sheer awkward tension of Meg Ryan on Parkinson's couch. Meg Ryan's 2003 interview with Michael Parkinson is infamous for its unbearable awkwardness. From the start, Ryan already seemed uneasy by responding to Parkinson's questions with only brief answers.
You said once that acting was not in your nature.
I did.
You did say that, yes,
Okay.
you did say that.
I think what I meant was that it always feels very awkward for me to be in front of an audience.
So why do it?
I don't know. Maybe you can help me out with that.
No, I couldn't. It's for you to debate and tell me.
Rather than easing the tension, Parkinson escalated it with relentless probing questions.
But you can't have one without the other, can you? You can't do what you do and be famous and well known without...
Well, I think you can certainly be an actor and not be a movie star.
Well, but you are a movie star.
Yes.
By choice.
Seemingly.
So, you've got a problem.
Yeah.
The tension peaked when he pointed out her discomfort, making an already awkward exchange even more excruciating.
Now that you're wary of journalists, I mean, does it give you an insight into what they're after?
Now that I'm wary of them.
Yes, you are wary of journalists. You're wary of me. You're wary of the interview. You don't like being interviewed. You can see it in the way that you sit and the way you are. That you don't like doing it. So, in other words, if you were me, what would you do now?
Well, just wrap it up.
And finally, from chilled silence to sharp sass, we land on Shailene Woodley, who wasn't in the mood for snack talk. At the MTV Movie Awards, Shailene Woodley's interview with Jamie Lee quickly turned awkward, filled with stiff energy and uncomfortable exchanges.
You were nominated for Best Kiss. Do you feel like kind of awkward, like every time anyone talks to you tonight, they're just going to be like staring at your mouth like I'm doing right now?
No.
Are you hungry right now?
Not at all.
Really? I'm so hungry.
Well, you should probably eat.
Bye, thanks. We didn't hit it off.